Youri Tielemans, £30 million. The offer is on the table. Will he join Arsenal? My name is Mekz, alongside the boy Paul.
Come on.
Bro, how you doing?
I'm good, my bro. I'm good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We had the excitement at the beginning of the week of Jesus and all of that. Straight out the bat, Monday morning, not wasting time.
Yeah.
End of the week now, it's kind of slowing down. There's just a lot of names. You know, the rumor mill is literally milling right now, and
for real,
there's just a lot of names being linked. And I guess we just want to see some more deals done where our noisy neighbors are out here working like the devil, fam.
Brad, I'm hearing Lengley. What's it? Or Lenglet, whatever you call it. Next 24 hours. They're a bit too noisy for my liking. But yeah, Tielemans, 30 mil. You know what I've clocked in now is that kind of with the Jesus deal when he had a year left, if the player's quality, I mean, you're getting a bargain in a sense, but in the same breath, I kind of feel like you're not getting a bargain. I was kind of thinking maybe the price would be a little bit more reduced than that. I don't know about you.
So this is why apparently Arsenal want to leave it late. Late in the day, late in the transfer window. Obviously we know they've been flirting with Tielemans. Apparently they've agreed terms since February this year. Right. It's just a matter of agreeing the transfer fee with Leicester, which seems to be the sticking point. The only thing is now, as you can see from the headline, United have joined the race.
Of course.
Same with, Lisandro Martinez, which we'll get into later. United are part of the race. They want Tielemans as well. Why wouldn't they want a quality player at a discounted price? Young man as well. His better days are still ahead of him in the center of that midfield. We got to do the deal. We have to do the deal sooner rather than later. They're saying that Leicester want like 30 million or something like that. Yeah. And typical Arsenal, they're bidding like, they want it 25. Let's call it
25. Yeah.
Like when you're spending that kind of money, what's 5 mil?
What's 5 mil? This is the thing. I mean, again, I'm not well versed, should I say, in like dealing with big P's like that. You know what I mean? So maybe to them, they're seeing it like, okay, come on, give it to us for a £5. But maybe the 5 mil, that they're haggling for, they're thinking that could be like someone's wages, or it could pay for the refurbishment of this. So in a different world, I can understand it. But I just feel like, just pay it. It's not like you're saying 25 and they're saying we want 40. You know what I mean? They're saying just an extra 5, just do the deal, get it done. Because if I see him in a United kit, I swear,
we're gonna feel stupid.
We're gonna feel dumb. We're gonna feel dumb because we've been tapping up this guy from early.
It's not as small, but remember them years ago, Suarez for 40 million plus. What is it, £1 or something stupid like that?
It's crazy. I'm not even talk about that, man. That one was stressful.
It's from the same school of thought. Like, just do what you need to do to get. Like, Arsenal is one of the most expensive places to go in Premier League. Like our stadiums, prices, this, that, and the other. We put out fantastic kits, which will sell out. Gabriel Jesus coming in is going to reap a lot of money in sales, shirt sales. Like, this money will find itself. Why are we here? It sounds mad to say we're skimping and scampering on 5 mil, but that's exactly what we're doing. Like, just get the deal done.
Get the deal over the line. You've already agreed terms. And for me, we're not in a position where we ain't got that weight to kind of bully these teams, which Leicester's a smaller club than Arsenal, of course, but they're in the same league. They're not going to have it from us. You know what I mean? If this was like a little, I don't know, Hamburg or something like that, then maybe we could try and flex our muscle a little bit, but Leicester are just going to be like, look, we're just going to wait. They'll probably say we can do with Tielemans for another year. Run down the contract. Yeah, it's a bit of an L, but or he'll just go.
Do you reckon they can do that though?
I mean,
I think the likelihood someone sweeps in. I don't think Leicester can. They've got
afford
owners,
to do that.
Owners, but I don't think they can still afford to let him go for free. Like that.
That's true. I hear it. I don't know. I'm just worried that a team will come in, or some of these other clubs will get a little bit of extra cash and just say, here, even take 35, and then before you know it, deal's done. and apparently Tielemans is an Arsenal fan, or he's always dreamed to want to play for Arsenal. So it lines up, man. Just get the deal over the line, and let's just
saying. This deal has been done. Like they've been speaking to his agent in it. Like that side of the deal's done. Like to miss out on my man over something that seems so small, like 5 mil. That would be a joke. Like honestly, like even with I think last couple of days or so, the milinkovic-savic stuff came up. We was talking about it last time we were on, and we made a bid. I think they want 60 million euros.
Yeah,
we made a bid. I think they said it was like 50 mil or something like that, or 55. And Arsenal's they rejected the initial bid. Arsenal's gone in again. Do you think like if they're gonna play hardball or this guy's potentially gonna go United, we should still go for milinkovic-savic?
I mean, brother, if we can get to, I'll tell you, I'll have both of them in a heartbeat. I think obviously the sensible thing is I would say I like Milinkovic-Savic, but if Tielemans is there for cheaper, Prem ready, you know what I mean? We've seen him be doing it year after year, then just snap him up for the cheaper. And if Savic is out of the price range, then so on. You know, these Italian teams always try to move mad anyway. Probably go to Juventus for like 5 mil installments over 10 years, some nonsense like that. But yeah, I'd say if the Tielemans deal for some odd reason falls through, then we've got to throw the whole war chest at Savic, because that midfield needs another man, another two personally, but at least another one.
I mean, you're saying another one, but I think you were right the first time with another two, especially because of the rumors of what's happening with my man, Thomas Partey. Like right now, it's all rumors, it's all alleged. I ain't gonna speak on what he may or may not have done, but if there is going to be punishment for what he has allegedly done, and we say alleged because right now we don't know, if there's going to be punishment for that, maybe alongside what we kind of seen at United with Greenwood, he's gone. Like he's gone, and we need someone else. So even more so, like I think we need to prepare for the two.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it could go either way because we see what's happened with Greenwood. Even, I mean, it depends because I've heard that he's not travelled. So apparently he's not travelled. Yeah, Partey, he's not travelled.
There is so many mixed stories.
There's so many different mixed reviews. Yeah.
Firstly, I saw that he had travelled. Then they said he hasn't travelled. But they're putting out training pictures and Partey's there.
So I don't know.
What I think happened in line with the arrest that was reported, and what I think is getting lost in translation is that he maybe he did not travel with the team.
Yeah, okay, but, the semantics, but he's there.
So because remember they said he was arrested, didn't it? But he's now been maybe since released on bail and he's traveled.
Yeah.
But initially, I don't think he might have traveled with the team. But you take a picture and a man's there. So,
there's not a lie. It's not
Photoshop, maybe. But like,
I hear it. I mean, it could go down the same because I know Basuma had a bit of a case, and obviously we don't want to kind of stay on this for too long. But he has apparently, I think I saw a report saying that he's his case is kind of folded and stuff. So, I mean, it's such a sticky topic. I just like, I mean, at the end of the day, we just care about Arsenal and just wanting to move forward. But of course, these sort of things do come up, and you just have to plan for all eventualities and stuff like that. And we'll just have to see how it unfolds, really. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah, you're right. Like I'm saying, I think it's at this point to splash 90 million, close to 100 million plus wages on these two guys. It doesn't seem very Arsenal at all.
No, at all.
But it looks like it's something we're going to have to prepare for. Or maybe if it was to get someone like Tielemans in and then get rid of Xhaka, maybe Xhaka's not going anywhere then. And Xhaka's actually sticking around.
Yeah.
So we're trying to see that Tielemans deal especially get closed sooner rather than later,
100%.
especially where the player wants to come.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not. We're not dragging him like we were dragging Rafinha.
Yeah, bro, come. We got Brazilians. Come on, Sampa. We could do a little. You know what I mean?
Rafinha was like, "Let go of me, man.
Let go of me, bro. I'm not trying to be here, man." Oh man,
damn. So yeah, that's what our centre midfield is looking like. Centre midfield is going in. Things are happening in there. We heard this news of this winger that has just emerged. New Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna ask because you said you've done a little research on my man. So
small.
Arsenal make a €7 million bid for Lille winger Edon Zegrova. I believe he's from Kosovo. Listen, I never heard of my man before. Apparently, he's only been at Lille for 6 months. This story does seem to be true. A lot of places are either reporting this €7 million. I've seen some places reporting £10 million. The two don't really equate. €7 million is probably about £5 or £6 million, but it seems to be in that region anyway. That that affordability, so not too expensive. Like I was saying, I don't know whether they're calling him the next Eden Hazard because his name is Edon. I don't know if they're calling him next Eden Hazard because he's a white male that plays for Lille, just like Hazard was.
Like Hazard did,
I really don't know. But what's your research been saying about this guy?
I mean, so the guy's 23. He's still a young player, but obviously he's kind of like a young player with experience. He's in that age bracket now. He's trotting around Switzerland with Basel for a couple of years. I think he initially he came from Genk. He went on loan to Basel. Then they signed him. Goal and assist record isn't really saying much. The season just gone before he signed for Lille. Yeah, he had 8 matches, 2 goals and 5 assists, which isn't bad. That's it's a decent turnover. He's gone to Lille. He's played 13 matches, 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 yellow and 1 red. I'll get onto the red. So it seems like the thinking seems more like, okay, we want Saka to play, but we'll have somebody who's of a similar age range. I think he's even older than Saka.
He's older, yeah.
Yeah, but maybe there's a bit of, you're taking a bit of a punt, taking a bit of a, let's say, he can slot in. He's played for Lille. French league isn't half bad, and he seems to have a bit about him. Done my little YouTube video watch. Similar to Eden Hazard, center of gravity. He can move the ball well, etc. Obviously, the goals and assists aren't there yet, but, they seem to see something in him. And for €7 to £10 million, whatever that price range is, it's a bit of a, what's it called? Nuno Tavares sort of signing, although he's coming from a better league and there seems to be at least some thought that he's going to go and do something, where Tavares was kind of playing backup at, is it Benfica or wherever he came from? Yeah, playing backup there. So it was a bit more, that was a lot more of like a punt. In terms of red card, I am hearing that he's a bit of a hothead. Like personally, I'm hearing he's a bit of a hothead. He's got that bit of bite to him, which I don't mind personally. I don't mind. I think the team's come a long way from where before we were seeing as pushovers, but he's got a bit of bite. Hopefully it's not the same sort of Xhaka bite, but that's what I'm seeing. Red card in 13 matches and a yellow. That's what it doesn't. It comes across. He's a winger. He's an attacking player. So I'm not really sure. In terms of my own thinking, just looking at the sort of the stats and the style of the player, I'm thinking it's someone who can come in, but he doesn't. I don't know. I'm not getting the feeling that he's like an immediate backup. That like if Saka doesn't play well, he's in. It just seems like another option to kind of flesh out the squad a bit more, who we think has got some sort of potential to maybe be somebody. But yeah, a bit out of left field. And this was my worry about when the Rafinha thing seemed to break down, who were the other targets. And I'll be honest with you, Mekz, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on him.
We said this. Big up the bro Anafi in the chat.
Come on, Anafi.
Fellow Arsenal fan, Canon Club for life.
Come on.
Listen, Eden, what's his face? Zegrova. Eden Zegrova.
Yeah.
I saw someone put in, like, obviously very few highlights, like you're saying, up on YouTube because there's not a lot from him right now. I saw one shot where he was running down the right, cut in, very Eden-esque, very Arjen Robben-esque, and just slapped it from outside the box into the top bins. And those highlights are all well and good, but like, you know, one, it's the French league. Two, like, you know, can you do that consistently? That's what makes you who you are. He's been at Lille for literally 5 minutes, like literally been at Lille for 5 minutes, aka what, 6 months.
6 months.
That's all he's been there for, and we're gonna go and put down, you know, the best part of 5 to 10 million. It sounds like on him, which again, it doesn't sound like you know, big money or anything, but we signed Marquinhos. And I know even Wolves that were heavily into Marquinhos didn't get him, and they plan to loan him out.
Yeah.
So maybe Marquinhos isn't quite ready.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, the drop off from Rafinha, or even a rumored Richarlison.
Yeah, I'm saying, that's it.
Someone like this is heavy still.
There's only 2 things I've got to say. The first one is, how confident are we in Arsenal's talent ID in the last couple seasons? You know, I look at players maybe that weren't so much on the radar, like Ben White, Tavares, who else was there? You know, even Partey and Martinelli. The majority of them have come up quite good, if we be honest. So I can kind of push it into that realm and be like, you know what, maybe I should trust the club. But I'm scarred from the Lil Pepe thing. I can't even lie. I know the money looks right for this one, but I don't know. I'll just get a bad vibe, and I'm not sure. I just feel like even if the guy could be good, I just feel like there's better targets out there. We could spend more and get better. Personally, I'm not sure if this is going to be the lick, and we're going to need a solid backup for Saka, unless Pepe's not going anywhere and Arteta wants to use him.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Anafi agrees with you. He says, I hear it. Big up everyone that's watching live. If you could hit the thumbs up button for us, subscribe if you're not subscribed, we appreciate it. You know what? When this was reported, when I read this first thing this morning, I said, okay, he you know, everyone was saying new Eden Hazard. I hadn't seen nothing. I'm just seeing that kind of thing linked to my man. I didn't even know his name. They're just reporting Lil Winger and new Eden Hazard. Little did I then find out man's name is Edon.
So, they need to get out of all that, man. What is all that?
So when it was being reported, I said, oh, well, brilliant. Maybe this makes sense. And I'm just trying to conjure up a deal in my head. And I'm thinking, send Pepe back there then. Send Pepe back to Lille and let's just take this guy. Until I realized that this guy is a kid, like £5 million is the deal.
Exactly.
Like we don't want Pepe, but
but we're
really
not
doing bad business if we're trading 100%. Pepe back there.
100%.
So big up Ola as well in the chat. He says new Eden Hazard, you know. Bro, this is it. This is exactly
if his name wasn't Edon, it'd just be one dark.
This is what I mean. One guy. It's either because his name is Edon, or it's because he's literally just a white male that plays on the wing for Lille, cuts in and does Hazard-esque things.
Yeah,
that's why he's being dubbed as, you know, the new this or this, that, and the other.
We don't need them, man. We got Pepe doing all them cutbacks and dragbacks and thing, and no end products last season anyway. So I'm not sold, man. Get another one, Arsenal.
Yeah, I would. I mean, ultimately, Rafinha is still on the market. So, and if I'm being completely honest, Sterling being allowed to just kind of go to Chelsea is a bit of a mess up. It's a bit of a mistake,
bro. I was speaking to somebody about that today, and they said to me that they weren't too worried because Sterling needs a lot of chances to finish. But I still think the pedigree, guy's got over 100 Prem goals, over 100 goals for Pep. I think we put him in our team. Yes, there'd be some big questions about maybe we've got too many high-profile players, and then we start thinking about getting how many minutes we can give people. But I think once you're in a competitive environment, I think that might somewhat go out of the door. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to stunt Saka's growth or Martinelli or Smith Rowe exactly. I think it's just all competition. I think watching Sterling go to Chelsea, even though I don't understand that because man was getting abused there just yesterday, but it is what it is. I don't know. I think that's a big. He might not want to come to Arsenal.
To be honest.
He might not want to come to Arsenal, but I'm just hoping that they've pushed that because I saw a highlight reel and this guy he's about it. When he's on it, he's about it.
Oh, there's gaming. If I was Sterling, I would went to Arsenal. I can't lie.
That's it, man. That's it. Northwest ain't that far. Ain't man from Wembley.
Trust.
I'm from Northwest, like can go.
Yeah, it's on the literally. But yeah, I think if on that wide position, we have to do. I would like to see better. Unless this guy is really who they think he is, and with a bit of coaching, he's going to become even better. I guess we'll wait and see. But you know, we're talking about wingers, and this story resurfaced today about our ex-player Serge Gnabry. That Bayern Serge Gnabry set for Arsenal return. He still hasn't signed the thing in Bayern Munich, meaning that he is free next year. He sounds to me like he clearly wants out.
Yeah.
This story went a bit quiet, I think, last week, saying that this guy's not on Arsenal's radar. Now it's popped up again today. Again, Manchester United are in for him as well, apparently, along with Man City actually as well.
Yeah.
That's what's being reported. But Bayern saying that no deal is being done for less than 55 mil. They want 55 mil for my man.
Kind of sounds like the best 55 mil we'll be spending because this guy has, since he left Arsenal, he's gone on to do wonders.
Smoke.
You know, he's doing Arsenal vintage wear and no one's paying him to do it. This guy loves the club. I think for him, it might be a thing of he would need to come here to feel like the man because it's a step down. And there's a couple other guys who feel like the man. He ain't going to take any, like, you know, what was he rocking back in the day? 47. I don't know if he's going to be holding that.
50 odd, I think.
I think he's going to want a bigger number than that. So I'm looking at the numbers. I'm thinking, oh, we're kind of, you know, what are you going to really chuck him? You know what I mean? But I would love to have him. I think 55 million would be an absolute, well, maybe not a steal, but I just think we'd be getting good value for a player who's done it on the big stage. He slapped 4 at Spurs. Like, he's about it. He is about it. Real gunman. And yeah, it'll just, like, that would bring real fear into any team, knowing whether he's starting or you've got him coming off the bench. You know what I mean? That guy's a baller.
That's a fantastic player. He's honestly a fantastic player. Like, I remember we questioned when he left Arsenal. I was fuming because I was thinking, bruv, did he leave under Tony Pulis's advisement? Pulis said that this is the worst player he's ever seen. And Wenger thought, he's right. So let's get rid of him.
I don't want to believe that was the case. I think they messed up with the loan. How you send in a player like Gnabry to West Brom or wherever he was it like to come and do long ball and nonsense? If he had lined up a better loan, Gnabry gets to show what he can do, and then he might be a little itty bitty on the side and stuff like that, but at least he's still ours. You know what I mean? At least let him play out like Carlos Vela did. You know, he got his chance more or less, and it just didn't work out, but. You know, we like 5-7 million, and before you know it, he's in Bayern colours doing a madness. Yeah, guy.
Remember,
back,
Bayern done that move they did. What did he went to Wolfsburg?
He went to Wolfsburg
somewhere.
Yeah,
but Bayern paid for him to go to Wolfsburg, and then took him a year later or something.
Yeah, something like that. Just let him go warm up or something like that. Wolfsburg, and he's shut down there.
Loan. Yeah.
them countries are so corrupt with the way they do things, man. Germany and Italy, they're the worst. I think, you know, 55 million for Gnabry. I really think we should be trying to make this happen. Again, people might talk about having maybe too much quality depth up top, but again, we got to get away from this first 11, and then Gnabry's going to play, you know, and then Martinelli's not going to get in, or Smith Rowe's not going to get in. I'm not saying rotate the team every game, but there's so many other games, and if we're trying to go far, and you know we've got the 5 subs, we can rotate players in. Like, bro, it's gonna be a game changer.
This 5 subs is gonna be a game changer. Like, we can't be watching our rivals like what do you call these Man City. Okay, we're gonna take off flipping Mahrez and bring on Kevin De Bruyne. Like, and then we're taking off Saka and bringing on Amari Hutchinson. And no disrespect to Amari, like he slapped the other day, in fact, in the under 23s. But
he did,
it's not weighty enough.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
you get me?
Not weighty enough. Like 5 subs can change a game. That's half the team coming off. Like we have to invest. We literally have to go and get these guys. And Arfi says here in the chat that Gnabry would be a 6 signing.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Vea. Man, like Carlos Vea.
Chipman Vea.
Ola's Gaming says Vela's smashed in MLS for a bit though. He did.
He did.
He literally did. He's another one that didn't really get much of a chance. Ola, it's 5 subs this season.
5 subs.
I think you name 9 and then you can make 5 subs.
Yeah, name 9 and make 5 subs, which is you're having a whole squad on the bench and then you can actually use over half of it. Like now I could be, if I'm City, for example, and I'm 3-0 down and I bring on De Bruyne, Mahrez, Silva. I'm thinking, stupid. We could do it. We could do it.
It's literally dumb. It's so crazy. Like,
so
is that, are they doing that particularly for the World Cup because it's a World Cup year, or that's just a new rule full stop?
I think it's just a new rule full stop. But like I'm sure loads of these things, the first year is kind of like under review to see how it goes and stuff like that. But I think a lot of people were pushing for it because we had it during, was it COVID? I think, was it COVID? We had it so I think people are saying it makes the game so much more better. Coaches have more flexibility, but I think the problem is that when they voted for it last time, the smaller teams were voting against it because obviously the bigger teams would love the rotation because of European
more competition
and more competitions, where the small teams are like, you're just helping them out. What about us? So, I just say up your Viva, man. Up your
Viva. You man, go get some bread. Go sign some guns. Get me? Like, it's open for everyone, bro.
That's it, man.
It's not a top 6 rule.
Trust me.
I hear it. One thing I really do miss from COVID times that they were installing in games was there was like breaks after like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, a little water break and that.
You know how much that helped Arsenal? Like Arsenal, you could literally see Arsenal were playing games in 20-minute spells. Yeah. Like for the next 20 minutes, we're doing this. For the next 20, and it benefited the players so much to be able to go back to Arteta, collect some instruction, and come out again.
Honestly, after every water break,
back end of the season.
Yep, brilliant. After every water break, we were lit. You take water break, then all of a sudden we're balling out. So I think having 5 subs and maybe even Arteta being able to, I think, don't bring on 5 at the same time unless we're like 6-0 up. But you know what I mean? At least you can say in like maybe 2-3 minute increments, you're giving new instructions, and before you know it, or maybe at half time, you can whack on 3 and you still got 2 to play with. It's nuts. Nuts.
Ola said, "This is mad. 5 subs. My club is in trouble. We don't even have 5 players who shouldn't be on the bench. He should be on the bench."
Sounds like a United fan.
I think Ola confirm in the chat. I think you're an Arsenal fan. But yeah, man. The breaks are good for us. The breaks are good. Everyone has to go out to the transfer market. Even us, man, that play Europa League. Like we're sending X man to these further places away in Europe and all of that. Come back tired, groggy, play on Sunday. Like them man should be on the bench and then ready. Like that, the rotation in the squad is going to be heavy. Like all these signings that we're potentially making. Like you're saying earlier, just to get back on topic in terms of Gnabry and Martinelli and this, that, and the other, and who's going to be sacrificed. I wouldn't even see anyone as a backup per se this season. At least while we're in all these competitions, because it might just be you man our first team for this, you man our first team for that. Like, there's a lot of football to play.
Definitely.
Yeah. But that's Gnabry, and I mean, it seems a bit far-fetched. There's not a lot around that right now. But we'll see. Another one, before we get into another segment of the show, Lisandro Martinez. So we know the story with him. Arsenal were interested. Ajax batted away some bids for him. And then basically Man United have, they're flexing their muscle. He's worked under Erik ten Hag right up to, this past season where Ten Hag has left Ajax for United. And Ajax are braced for some new bids on Martinez from Arsenal and United. They're waiting for those to come through. I mean, I think Arsenal fans, again, we've kind of cooled on this one because it's like we could have got the job done. We've taken it for granted. We've wasted a bit more time. Now, someone that he's more familiar with in Ten Hag has come in and is showing interest. And I guess now it's like we're second fiddle again.
It's an L, bro. It's a massive L. It's like we dulled. Like we had the ball by the horns and we let it go. We had a really good left back. We could have done it quickly before the man even caught a whiff of it. Simple. And now United are there. Obviously, United is still a big club, unfortunately. We've got the previous manager there. He knows I want to go to that team, and this guy knows how to use me. I'm going to play the way I want to play, more or less. Although I saw Arsenal Twitter get a bit mad this week. They said they saw his agent's car outside Coney or something like that because the car had Dutch plates. I was going to lose
Alessandro Marti.
The plate had Dutch license plates, so people were thinking, "Oh, it's Martinez is flipping his agent
reps
to discuss." I mean, it could be. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't believe Arsenal have the pull for Martinez to want to come here, but for me, it just seems that now we just introduced competition, and not even just on a club versus club. You've got the previous manager there as well, and that's just like if it was any of us, you'd be thinking, yeah, let me go and play for the devil I know. You know what I mean?
Trust.
You go come to Arteta, and then Arteta's telling him to do things he's not used to doing. And then he's looking over at Manchester thinking, why didn't I just go? So yeah, I think it's an L personally.
Yeah, and this is the thing. They're saying that, he's gonna basically come to Arsenal to play left back or be backup left back or something like that. And he can play left back and he can play centre back and he can play centre mid. Yeah. But like last season, throughout all his games, he only played centre back. And for Argentina, I'm pretty sure he plays centre back.
Yeah.
So why do you want to effectively come and put your reputation at stake for a position that, this ain't the playground? Like, oh yeah, put me there. I can play left back. Like, you see what I mean? Like, it's not one of them scenarios. We've seen man that can play left back, i.e. Xhaka, and we saw how that went. Like, buy a man and play him in his best position. You see what I mean?
It's
like,
just the thing.
Not fitting this peg into a square hole or whatever the saying is. Like, just buy a man and play him there.
The only thing I think Arteta may be trying to like bring him over with is that because we do that whole thing where we go like in attack, we're kind of like 3-5 or 3-4-3-ish. So we get the left back slots in and stuff. So I'm thinking it's like, look, when we're in position, you'll be a centre back anyway, kind of flex until next man's running at him.
Man's marketing themselves.
So I don't know. I could see him obviously the way Xhaka kind of falls back into the left centre back role and starts spraying. Of course, Martinez would fit that like a glove. But again, I think we could have just done that. We could have done that early. Said, look, this is the role we see for you. Obviously, we're not in Champions League, but we want you to be here to help us go to a different frontier. And now, I think it's done, man. I think it's done. But of course, I keep my hopes up and to believe a sort of quality player can come in. But yeah, we'll see. Just have to see.
And like we were saying with Youri Tielemans, it's just 5 million here or there. Like between what Ajax are reportedly asking for and what Arsenal have reportedly offered, it's like 5-10 mil. Like get it done. Like get it done. Like I don't know. Well, am I asking too much? Can't these clubs just crowdfund 5 mil? Like if all Arsenal fans worldwide, just said, all right, listen, let's donate a bit so we can get my man. I'm sure we would do it. Like,
light work. What? How many fans do Arsenal even have on Twitter? If everyone gave a couple of quid each, we'd be there in a day, man.
Bruv.
Maybe there in a day, but yeah,
This is exactly it. But
semantics.
Jokes aside, 35 mil, I think, is what they're asking for someone that they're saying is as good as he is. Isn't a lot of money. Again, there's a drought of like quality centre backs or quality versatile players, if that's what he is.
Yeah.
Like, we need to just go and get the business done. This season of all seasons is not the one to be messing around and flirting.
His
with these
neck
guys.
is on the line. His neck is on the line. This is it. Make or break.
But there's no way out. And to be honest, again, if we don't get Lisandro Martinez, who else are we getting? Because again, I'm guessing he wants more of a left back player than a centre back.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
his idea of Martinez. But although, like you rightly illustrated, he can drop in. Who's the other left back then? If we're not getting this guy,
I mean, I don't. This is the thing. Unless again, because I could come up with scenarios where it could kind of make sense. So it's like, for example, if you bring him in as a centre back and you say, let's say you get rid of Holding, and then he takes Holding's position, but obviously he maybe higher up the pecking order. You get rid of Mari and man like that. So you've got Saliba, you've got Gabriel, you've got White, and then you've got Martinez, and yeah, that would give you 4, unless I'm missing anyone. Yeah. So then, I feel like I'm missing someone, but maybe not. But yeah, you got 4 there. Then obviously now what you can do is say, oh, Tierney breaks down again. Go figure. Then you can say, yo, Martinez, slide out there and do a job for us. We know you can do it. That's when I'll be like, okay. But this whole bringing him in as a left back, you know what I mean? I'm not too sure, but those are the situations where I can see it can make sense. But if Holding's not going anywhere, are we going to now have 6 centre backs at the club? We start hoarding them just like yesteryear when we had Mustafi and what's his name? Holding's there, and then Socrates is there, and then Mertesackers. You know what I mean? Like, Hellerman there. So yeah, like I said, I think it's just there's certain situations which could make it make sense, but you know, we just have to kind of wait and see.
Yeah, it's we're saying wait and see, but bruv, the season starts in about 3 weeks ish at this point. Like 3-4 weeks. Like we have got to move, and as well as we're looking at when the season starts, it's bedding them in. Like we're having our first preseason game tomorrow, and for those that don't know, we'll be doing our live reactions post the match tomorrow, Arsenal versus Nuremberg, first friendly match. But yeah, we need to bed these people in, let them train, let them play with the squad before that Crystal Palace game.
Yeah,
I saw something today that Patrick Vieira is reporting. He's got hella players out for the Crystal Palace game.
yeah, whatever, mate.
You know what he's trying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you don't relax. It's all right.
And then on the first day of the season, you see Zaha bagging hat tricks.
Full lineup.
Yeah, come on, like whether he's playing mind games or not, trying to lure us into false security.
Yeah,
I don't know, but like that match. It's away from home. I don't think we got anything from Crystal Palace last season away from home, if I'm correct. So
got banged.
Yeah, it's must win game, man. Yeah. Gotta be ready. But yeah, that's the incomings or reported incomings into Arsenal. You wanted to talk about some of these outgoings and I guess raising money for some of these dons. So what's on your mind?
So obviously, there may be some unexpected outgoings, but in terms of expected outgoings, we have got 7 players, as reported. We got Lucas Torreira, Nicola Pepe, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Hector Bellerin, Pablo Mari, Bernd Leno, and Reece Nelson. Now, for me, just wanted to kind of go through them one by one and kind of say, like, who do you want to stay? Who don't you mind staying? Who do you need to go? And how much do you think they will go for? Obviously, I can throw in there and just say what the reported figures are. So we can start with Torreira. We were apparently asking Fiorentina for 15 million euros. They told us they don't have peas. They said we don't have. He said they don't have. This was Torreira. I think he collected like 4 player of the months for them or something like that. He was integral to their season. They ain't got the money. But I think you said last time as well, when I've read also that Torreira said, I'm not playing for you, man, again. So we have to figure out where we're going to send this guy. And I don't even think he's on much. I think maybe 60K or something like that. Nothing much. We're not going to get much.
But
yeah. And I don't think Arsenal want to do this thing anymore, which I think we kind of dug ourselves into a hole where we started paying man off, and all the teams are now thinking, yeah, don't worry, they'll just pay him off and he'll come. And I think Arsenal are trying to go away from that. So me, if I'm Arteta, I'm like, listen, Torreira, you go chat to Fiorentina and tell them, man, how badly you want to come. Otherwise, you can go on loan again. I wouldn't mind letting Torreira go for free. You know, it wouldn't be great. Don't get me wrong, but yeah.
So we've just said we need 2 centre midfield players just in case the worst happens. Would you not want to keep Torreira? I
would love to keep Torreira. I think he'd be a great option to play at 6, like to come in when Partey's down, or if you want to give him some rotation. I think he'd be a great option. He can play that role. He does it differently to Partey, but I think he's got the passing range. He's got that bite in him. I think that'd be great. Where you tell him, look, Fiorentina ain't going to pay the money. Come and play your heart out for us for 1 more year, and then off you go, kind of thing. But you know, I don't think that's going to happen. And I think just from a financial side, he's probably one of the more valuable players in the list I've just wheeled off. So if we can get some money for him, for a player who doesn't want to play for us anymore, you know, by all means, see you later.
Yeah, you're right. I would like to, like I think we were saying last time, if we're gonna have aspirations for Champions League next season, let's keep these Europa League level guys. Let them, you know, see it through for one last year. Just even as kind of squadish players, and then we get rid of them then. But Torreira actively looks like he just doesn't want to play for Arsenal anymore. Yeah, so that one looks less likely to stay.
Yeah, I reckon last week of the window, you'll probably see some stuff going on. Arsenal might just give up, or maybe a team just decides to pay what we're asking. So yeah, big one, Pepe. What are your thoughts on Pepe? What do you want to see out of this whole Pepe situation?
Ideally, in a dream world, I'll try to keep it realistic. Pepe leaves Arsenal for about £30 million. So that's about £150,000 back in wages per week that we have to spend on someone else, and of course 30 million transfer fee. So that'll be a nice lump sum back into the club to either balance out guys we have been buying, or to bring in some more guys. Like I was saying to you lot earlier this week, if I'm still shocked that Pepe never got a chance down the middle when we were having all our issues down the middle. So that shows me if you really don't want him at right mid, you're not even going to willing to try him down the middle when we had no one else. Then it's time to go. It's time to go
for real.
We shot him,
you know, my issue now with him is I this is the one player I think I blame Arteta a lot, because if you know you didn't like him, you had to put him in the shop window. And how do you put him in the shop window? You give him minutes, you let him show what he can do. Don't get me, I understand you've got to put the team first in a sense, but you know, he gave him such, you know, sparing opportunities, and even when, you know, he did play or put him on, it wasn't enough minutes. There were a couple times he came on and he was shocking, don't get me wrong. But if you knew you're trying to get rid of him and you're trying to get a fee for him, it probably would have been better to try and fleece him that season before last, when he finished on such a hot streak. And you can think, there's still a little player in there. But of course, maybe Arsenal are thinking, maybe we can still sort out this Pepe conundrum. But right now, I don't know if we'll get 30p for him, because, you know, I don't. Who's taking his wages? Yes, you know, everyone's going to be looking at Arsenal now, thinking there's a player in there, but we're trying to get the best deal possible. So again, if I think there's going to be any movement with Pepe, it's going to be last week of the window. I'd probably see maybe a loan happening. I'm not sure if he's got 1 or 2 years left on his deal.
I think 2.
Yeah, so I think it's 2. So I think there's still room to play with, but you know, I think that's why Arsenal definitely won't be accepting any rubbish deals for him. But we'll see. I'm going to stick the next 2 together. Maitland-Niles and Bellerin, only because they both came out saying, you know, how they wanted to leave at a time. Maitland-Niles last season, and then eventually got his move to Roma, and now Bellerin saying now that he wants to leave. Although now I'm hearing rumours are now coming up that Bellerin is now saying it seems like he may stay, only because he only wants to go to Betis. Betis have no peas again to pay us our asking price. Everyone's broke because of COVID. Everyone's still recovering. So I think we want like 8 million or something like that, 8 to 10 million, and Betis can only stump up like, and they want to sign for like 4. Arsenal, well, they're hoping that we're going to do the whole, don't worry, go off and go into the sunset and play. We're like, allow it. I think this works out for Arsenal because I think at the very least, Bellerin still respects the club and still sees that, you know, we've done our bit to try and at least say, look, we're saying you can go, but we're not getting the money you want. I think him being a good backup rotation option will be very good for one last year and then let him go. It's a shame because you think about yesteryear when Barcelona were thinking to sign him and we're like, no, this is the next best thing, the next best right back in the world. And now he's out here going for free. But, you know, I still like Bellerin a lot. So, you know, I kind of want the guy to be happy, but not at Arsenal's expense. I'm sorry. So I'd be happy for him to stay.
The drop-off of Bellerin has been mad, but
there's
still a player in there, at least in a backup capacity, like you're saying, behind Tomiyasu, which, he's still got a job to do. In regards to Ainsley Maitland-Niles, question, do you think he's better than Sambi Lokonga? From what you've seen of Lokonga?
Okay, in centre mid? Oh, that's tight, you know. That's tight. I would say so, yes, because I haven't seen... At the beginning, I was seeing a bit of Sambi, and then he was on the bench for like 4 months wearing tracksuit. And then he kind of came back at the end. So I'd say I've seen more of Maitland-Niles, and I know what he can do. Maybe consistency is an issue, but Maitland-Niles has got good range of passing. He's got a good engine. He can tackle. Going forward, maybe he's lacking a bit, but I wouldn't say any more so less than Sambi. So, yeah. Again, another one. I'd be happy to have him.
I would keep, based on that, I would keep Maitland-Niles. Sambi is the one that they're saying is, you know, there's something about him for the future. So I would send out Sambi on loan.
Okay.
If you didn't want to stay around and, you know, get whatever minutes he can get, I'm happy to send him out on loan and give Maitland-Niles that position in terms of like almost like a backup and stuff like that. And I know people will argue that we're keeping backup level players, but like I said, I don't see the point necessarily if we're not going to sign milinkovic-savics and guys that can come in and take first positions immediately. Then a lot of these guys just need to stick around for one more year whilst we transition, fingers crossed, from a Europa League side to a Champions League side, and then we can get rid of them and actually buy, you know, players worthy of you know, these positions and stuff like that. Ola says that boy isn't a centre midfield. I mean, that's another conversation. It's a very valid point. I think, you know, there's no harming having a utility man, a bit of a utility man in the squad that can play right back, left back, or right wing back, left wing back, centre mid. Like I don't mind it, sort of thing. And like I said, my intention personally is just for 1 year as we just try to get over the line and as a top 4 side. Then all of these guys can be let go at that point, and we can sign real players of, you know, European pedigree.
The last thing I'll say on him is that I feel like he just missed his opportunity to be just a right back for Arsenal. He could have been rotating with Tomiyasu. We could have used this guy instead of Cedric, but he wanted to do the centre mid thing. It's not even that I think he does it badly, but he missed his opportunity to say, yeah, this is my position, and he would have held it down. And he could have definitely rotated into centre mid if we really needed him, like we did last season. But alas. Leno, I'm hearing Fulham, personal terms agreed. It's on the Twitter, Cannon Club Live. Make sure you follow that. Reports are saying that Leno has agreed personal terms with Fulham. Obviously, Fulham's in London. He's happy to stick around and stay in the capital. Only 10 to 11 million. 1 year left on the deal. I think it's a bit cheap, personally. I think Leno's still a very good keeper.
I saw you ask this. How much did he come to Arsenal for?
25. Around that mark, anyway.
Okay, so it's just less than half or so. Considering it's Fulham, considering they've got to pay relatively high wages, I don't think it's too bad. Arsenal, yes, need to get better in selling their players, selling their assets, 100%. But 1 year left. This guy is what, 30 plus, right?
I think so. I think I want to say he's 30, but Let me just quickly see that.
As in,
Google.
he's just 30 years old.
He turned 30 in March.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, it is a bit on the low side, I would say. But again, his transfer fee could fluctuate, seeing as he didn't play for the entire last season, basically, just a couple appearances here and there. I'm not mad at it. This is one of the ones where it's like, okay, but his contract is 100K. So it's like you kind of get rid of him just to get the 100K off as well. Like it's one of the, and it's not like we're getting rid of him to give him to Chelsea or to give him to Tottenham. It's Fulham. Shouldn't really hurt us like that.
Yeah.
Like, it is a bit on the cheap side, admittedly. I would have liked to see at least a 15 mil.
Yeah, but, this is it. Yeah. 15, 17, I would have been happy. And I still think he's a very good keeper. I think that's a very good acquisition for Fulham. You know what I mean? Yeah. Very good. But, you know, I'm a bit upset. It's a bit cheap, but, you know, get him off the books. And like you said, 100K back, you know, a week is a lot of money. So, yeah.
Who's Fulham's keeper now? Do you know?
No, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, it's going to be an upgrade on. So yeah, so it's an upgrade on whoever has been keeping and got them into the Premier League. But
yeah, they got I don't know. It says Gazaniga and Rodak. So
Gazaniga, he used to be at Tottenham.
Yeah,
Gazaniga's not bad. But...
Not bad. Yeah, Leno's better. But lastly, but not least, anyway, we got Nelson, and I know we spoke last episode about him kind of doing a bit of a bit part role again. Another of these Europa League caliber players who can, you know, come in and give us one more year and do a job. Again, another player I'd be happy to see stay. He's got all the qualities. I think maybe bar the finishing. I think he can dribble. He's good at running in behind. He's not bad with the ball at his feet. I mean, just to kind of throw your mind back to yesteryear, do you remember when Nelson was coming through and he was the best thing since sliced bread, tearing up the reserves, tearing it up, and we were like, get this guy into the first team. He's dribbling past like 5 people, slapping it top bins, and then injuries hit him. Yeah, injuries hit him, and he never really got a chance to kind of just, you know, to flourish. And that's just the thing about academy players. It's just so unfortunate that making that step up is about luck and then taking your chances, and it just seems he didn't. I haven't really heard any reports about where he's going to go. Obviously, he had a really good loan with Feyenoord, got to the Europa League final, lost, unfortunately, to Roma, but was instrumental for them getting there, got himself a couple goals and assists. Yeah, I think he could do a little bit part role. And again, this five sub rule might just give him a bit more time to, you know, work his way in. But I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure what happened to him.
Like, it doesn't seem like anyone wants him. It doesn't seem like anyone is showing like crazy desire to buy him, and probably what Arsenal's probably asking for about 15 mil at least for him. And maybe everyone's probably thinking, well, he's not worth 15 mil. So yeah. Ola's Gaming, he says, I think he needs another loan.
How many loans?
I mean, the thing is, this is his last season of his contract.
Yeah.
So what is the other loan to tell us? Like, to give him a new contract at the end of that? Like, I feel like with the 5 subs, with us being,
we should know enough.
Yeah, we should have enough evidence at this point. We play him for this season, like you're saying, just give him a bit part role, especially if no one's coming in for him, and see if he impresses us. Like Nketiah, see if he can actually pull something out the bag, see if he can almost save his career at the club he claims he wants to be at, and then give him a deal if he can prove something to us. Someone like him, Nelson, I would rather keep and invest in at this point than this next Eden Hazard.
There you go. And that's exactly it. We know the guy. I mean, yeah, Nelson's not, doesn't seem, I don't know his height, but he looks like, again, similar sort of movements, low center of gravity. The guy can move the ball. I remember I think it was last season or the season before. I think we played Leicester in the League Cup, and he was doing bits. Like he was, you could see he was really about it. I just think there's a player in there, whether it's a bit part or not. There's a player in there, but I know the reports are saying the team with the most interest is Palace, and I definitely wouldn't let him go anywhere near there. If you're going to sell him, let him stay at Feyenoord or something like that. I'm not trying to watch him rip up the Prem.
if we send him to Palace, I want that Michael Olise coming the other way.
Yeah, that's
the only deal. Or Eberechi Eze. Bring one of those boys.
Yeah. Bring our boy back. Yeah.
Yeah. It's only 100%. One of them I want to see him come. Otherwise,
definitely.
no deal. Yeah. No deal with them, man, at all.
100%.
Last but least, you mentioned Mari before.
So Mari,
he can go.
Just I think it's pretty straightforward. Just get him out of here.
Yeah,
just cut. I've got no investment in him. It's not even. I think he's a bad player, but I just it just doesn't fit. Just send him back to Flamengo or wherever he came from.
Flamengo.
Yeah. Simple.
Cool. So before we get out of here today, Paul, you got the challenge of the day.
I've got the challenge of today. Is my turn, and Mekz had me up here doing top 10 this, so I got a top 10 for him. Let's see how prepared he is. So this week, I've got for you, and I don't want to give you time to think, but anyway, I'm going to give you time to think.
Sorry.
We got top 10 Arsenal assisters in the Premier League. Can you name the top 10? Now I'm going to give you a bit of time. I'm going to give you 90 seconds. I'm going to give you 90 seconds. So let me get my young stopwatch out. And your time, assisters, Premier League top 10 assisters. All right. And your time starts now.
Ozil.
Yep.
Bergkamp.
Yep.
Thierry Henry.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Stop throwing names.
Aaron Ramsey.
Yep.
Jack Wilshere.
Nah.
Ian Wright.
Nah.
Thomas Rosicky.
Nah.
Perez.
Yep.
Freddie Ljungberg.
Yep. 4 more.
Haleb.
Nope.
Sanchez.
Nope.
Robin van Persie.
Yep. 3 more.
It's pure guesswork.
30 seconds left.
Vieira.
Nope.
Mark Overmars.
Nope. You're missing number 2, 7, and 8. No, 2, 7,
Carney.
and 9.
Can't be Carney.
Nope.
Carney.
Nope.
I don't even know who plays for Arsenal anymore.
Sorry, you've got 20 seconds left now.
God, top assisters. Alexis Sanchez, have I said him?
Yeah, you said him now.
No,
you're missing number 2. How are you missing number 2? 10 seconds left.
Giroud.
It's done.
I don't know.
Okay. No, good effort. Good effort, to be honest. I would have struggled as well. So I'll start backwards. Number 9, Santi Cazorla. Number 7. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because man like Santi. You missed out Santi. Number 7, Theo Walcott.
Okay.
And number 2, Frances Fabregas. Yeah.
How did I miss Cesc?
Yeah. It's just the lights. It's crazy. You're just like, you know what I mean?
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Well, good effort. Good effort.
Boy. Okay. Fair enough. I got stumped, but yeah, man. Some players in there still. Some
real players in there. Some real guys in there, man.
I was really guessing after Bergkamp was going on. I was just naming guys. I was tempted to say Loren and Kolo Toure.
It's difficult, to be honest, with assisters. It's like, we're not really, apart from the ones you name, no one really sticks to mind as like an assister for Arsenal. So it's just kind of like, yeah.
It always does seem a bit of a collective effort. But cool. That's us done for today, guys. Appreciate you guys coming through. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Nuremberg versus Arsenal. So we're giving our reviews once we find out where we're going to be watching this match. We'll give our review on the match. But yeah, love for all the love and following us all over the place on social media. Paul, any last words before we get out of here?
Yeah, just to echo, just join us on this journey. Cannon Club Live. Like I said, we'll have reaction to the friendly match tomorrow. And yeah, more transfer news as we count down to the beginning of the Premier League against Crystal Palace.
Can't wait, mate. Vieira telling us that his players are injured.
Joke, man.
He's trying it. Patrick, you're
He's
trying
it. Mind games.
Okay. All right, guys. Stay tuned on our Twitter so you know when we're going live next. See you in a bit.